YouTube! Can you believe that it's halfway through summer already? I'm a little heartbroken. I love summer. And I have to say, summer school is going pretty well this year. We've been doing only about 1 hour of school per day, focusing on math and language arts. So today I wanted to show you what is inside my math box and how we are doing math for the summer. So this is my math tote. You guys, I love these storage boxes. They're from Latchmate and I got them from Michaels a while back, 60% off. I believe I spent like $4 and something cents on them. But I have one of these for each of my subjects for the summer, and I think next school year I'm going to have one for each of my kids. But that's yet to come. Anyway, so this is the math one. And inside of here, what makes them so awesome is they have an upper tray. So in each of my totes for the summer, I have everything should we need inside here to go to the park to do school, the beach, outside, wherever we are in the house too. So let me show you first what is in the tray. I have some playing cards, as well as Phase 10. These are super awesome for practicing math facts. The math facts flashcards we've been working on. These are little 10-frame flashcards, and I'll show you where those came from and how we use them in a minute. Some pennies for some games that we play. I got counters. Stickers, we haven't really used those, but I had good plans for them to like add money, maybe later. I found these really awesome pencils that I love from Papermate. They're mechanical pencils, but they've got the really thick, sorry you can't see that. They've got the really thick lead in them. We have yet to break them, even my 3-year-old. So I really like them, and they're triangular shaped. Got a ruler, some notepads, dry erase markers, highlighters, everything that we need right up there in that tray. Okay, as for the curriculum we're using, guys, this is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Book. This is called Addition Facts That Stick by Kate Snow, and she has a lot of awesome resources. But this one I am using for my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old for the summer to learn our addition facts. And guys, it is working. It is awesome. Go ahead and let you look inside. So what it does is each week it teaches you new facts. So week 1 is adding 1 and 2. It has the week 1 at a glance, day 1 new teaching, and then days 2 through 5 you do the practice pages and play the game. And week 2 is pairs that make 10. Week 3 sums less than 10. Week 4 is adding 9. Week 5 is adding 8. Week 6, look at the leftovers. And it comes with all the practice sheets in the back for each week, as well as game boards, because each week has a new fun game to play. These are those flashcards of 10 frames that I had in my top thing. Another game. And the 10 frames. This is where I think it is sticking. The 10 frames, and that's why we use these counters, just to be able to see the number and picture it on the 10 frames, which is something my 9-year-old never got from public school. And it really is opening her eyes and just helping her visualize those numbers so much better. So if you guys ever think, what is the use of 10 frames? Buy this book. It's amazing. It's really cool. Alright, I have my awesome helper here today. This is Teo. He's going to show you how this works. So Teo, go ahead and put 7 of these little coins on there, the same color, but do it without counting. So did you count 7 of those out?
No.
How come? How did you know that there's 7 there then?
I equals 5 plus 2 equals 7.
Ah, he knows that on this 10 frame that there are 5 in front of this black line, and 2 more would make 7.
And I'm 7 too.
You are 7. Awesome. So what we do here is each morning we just practice a few numbers, putting them on as quickly as possible, and I tell them, you know, don't do it without counting, and they think that's pretty awesome. And what I have inside of my tote is I have, each person has a 10 frame board that has on it the printed out 10 frame, and I put it in this plastic sleeve, and then each one has a bag of counters of red and blue, and I just slip that inside when we are done. So inside the book, if we take another little look, it has week 1. It tells you just kind of what we're going to learn, what materials you need for the week, and then it goes and introduces and scripts out exactly what you need to say and what the kids need to build on their 10 frames. And you practice that, and then it teaches you the game right here, and then it just says for days 2 through 5 you do the practice pages in the back and play the game. And then it moves on each week, and I love that it's scripted and it's exactly what they need to learn. And so far we are learning a lot of math facts. So I printed these off of her website, just this chart that I found, and it shows you all of the math facts of addition that the kids will need to know. In week 1 we learned all the ones in red and blue. Week 2 we've learned all these ones, and it just shows that really, by learning certain ways to do the addition, you will learn these math facts pretty darn quick. Alright, let's take a look at what else is in there. So we spend about 10 minutes doing this part, and then I move on to individually working with my kids. One kid will go to do their school box, which I've showed you. Go check out that video. And one kid will stay with me and work on their math. So my daughter is still working through Math Lessons for Living Education, Level 4 by Angela Odell. And I went and took and got this spiral bound at a copy center near me, which is so awesome because she hated opening this up and trying to do these problems right next to the page. Now it lies flat, so much better. So we're just working through this math book with her. Level 4. Let's give you a quick flip through of what this looks like. It really suits her so well. It's got such a gentle approach to it. As long as I don't push her. Because it tells you up here what days to do it. So this is exercise 3, the next day will be 4. She hates math. She's doing a lot better, but she still hates it. And as long as I don't push her to do extra, she's okay. So we have to do 1 page because that's all it says to do. 1 page, that's all it says to do. Sometimes there are ones that have 2 pages, like that one, 1 and 1. So we'll do the 2 pages. Okay, for my 7-year-old, we were doing Math Lessons for a Living Education. However, I really felt like he could be pushed a little more because he loves math and he just loves math problems. So this summer I decided to try out the Christian Light Education and finish off the last few booklets in level 1 because he really got math and he has a lot of it down, but he still hasn't learned adding and subtracting with regrouping, which comes in 108, I believe, is when it starts. And I don't know how I feel about this right now. It's a solid math curriculum. Oh my goodness, really, truly is. But it's a lot. And I think maybe because we jumped in the middle of the year, that it's kind of a struggle for us. But each lesson has so many parts to get through, and I feel like I'm just reading instructions telling him what to do. And then the amount of review here feels intense. We have a lot of problems, and so I've actually been crossing off some of them. But he does well with it. I just feel like there's a lot of different things that he's doing. Maybe it's just because we're not a spiral approach family, and I need to accept that. We don't like spiral math. I really like mastery-based math, where it teaches you one concept and you stick with that for a while with a little bit of review thrown in at the end. I think that's awesome too. But to have just constantly changing what you're learning next kind of drives me a little crazy. And finally, in the bottom, this is just for my daughter, my 3-year-old. If she's in the mood to do something with us, I have something in here. If she's in the mood to play, that's what she does. But this is Singapore Early Bird Math, which I got back when my 9-year-old was little. And I was a little bit, I don't want to say cheap, but I didn't want to spend money again. And these really weren't that expensive from what I remember. But I did. I ripped every single page out and put them in plastic protectors so that she could write on them with dry erase. And I guess it's worked out because I've gone through this with my 7-year-old and now my 3-year-old is doing it. But these are just kind of super easy, and I have all of the whole book in a binder, but it won't fit into my tote, so I took out the pages that I would do for now and put a little ring through the top. And as soon as I need more pages, I will just go back and switch them out. So this is just a really simple, easy, fun math that we can just sit down and talk about and do and count the clothing. Whoa, you're so strong. What are you working on? Is that your school box? Oh, you're strong. Okay, go put it away.